Ultrakill is one of those games that requires zero introduction, so I'm introducing it. Shut it. Ultrakill is an indie game inspired by boomer shooters like Doom Eternal, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head. I'm so gonna get lynched. Now, Ultrakill as a game is easily one of the most fun first-person shooters I've ever played. I'm certainly one of the last people who get to talk about the gameplay, but I'm gonna do my best. Ultrakill depicts a game fembot V1, and the adventures in hell, killing demons, sexual tension between the hunk of metal V2, and a boss fight that I find way too easy. And quite honestly, Ultrakill is one of those games that I see myself coming back to a lot. I may not be one of those people who really need to touch grass for all things that are good and holy.
Loser! You're a loser!
But nah, Ultrakill's pretty good. 90% of the levels are extremely fun and replayable, always 4-3, and weapons are extremely fun to use, ranging from a pistol with coins that ricochet when shot, a chainsaw shotgun, or the charge shot. Plus, I won't lie, I find the feedback is so addictive. I love anything parry related. And it's a good deal that this game is so fun, because we need to talk about P ranking. Beating a level under a certain time, whilst killing everything and being as stylish as you can,
fiddle diddle,
gives you a piss rank. If you can achieve as much of these as you can, then you unlock a secret level, ranging from the best and worst boss fights I've ever played in my life, puzzles, platforming. Oh. P-ranking everything the prelude, we now have access to a vent, and picking up the funny skull, which we can put onto a pedestal, and what this unlocks is a thesis for this very video. Something Wicked, in my humble, correct opinion, is easily the best example of a non-horror game creating one of the scariest sections in any game I've ever played. So, sit back, relax, because I'm about to ramble about a single level in a first-person shooter. The atmosphere of the level is unsettling. The main game itself has easily one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard, with every track being a massive banger. But here, it's silent, as the only thing we can hear being the footsteps of V1 as they trudge their way through the dark corridors of the industrial location that we've been comboing demons in before. And honestly, even just being here feels wrong. And it doesn't help how open the area is, as the level has that gut feeling that no matter what, something will find you. And this is where we need to talk about what is hunting us down. Something wicked. Before I begin to discuss how this creature works, I want to discuss its design, because I have a lot I want to say about its design. And no, I don't mean his old one. Honestly, that one's pretty shit. But whatever, because at least with that one it's hidden by darkness. But with the new design from May, oh, it's good. The design itself appears like a mess of roots with a beating heart on the exterior. Oh my god, is this new design so much better, especially when placed in darkness, where all you can see is a rough silhouette as to what is running up to you, as before then, your screen starts to glitch up with a low humming coming from the distance, and then you hear breathing, and then you die. The fact that something wicked kills you in one hit is really effective as for what this level tries to do. Whilst in any other situation I'd be tearing my hair out, but here, it's so much different to what we used to. If this was every level, like a certain game I hate, then I wouldn't be so forgiving. But the level itself is a simple one, where you find where the skull goes, then you do it again, and then you win. In fact, even as someone who has a terminal skill issue, I was able to beat this in like 10 minutes. So the level most certainly does not overstay its welcome. However, something else that it does to avoid the frustration in my eyes is that you can fight back with something wicked. You may have noticed that I'm holding the charge pistol, and if I could, I would 100% drop that shit and then switch to something actually half decent. But despite my hatred for this weapon, the fact that we can actually fight back and avoid instantly getting killed genuinely really helps the level feel really well thought out, as you don't have to just put up with randomly dying because you got unlucky like a certain something, but because you failed to react, and failure is on you. In conclusion, I think Something Wicked is a picture-perfect example as to how a non-horror game can create something truly unnerving, completely juxtaposing the intense and high-energy gameplay that is shown throughout the entire game, with a simple, quiet, cold location, however, scarily unique from anything like it. Whilst there are plenty theories that Something Wicked is a prime soul like Minos and Sisyphus, but I won't lie, I could care less about the lore, so sue me. Thank you for watching. If you've noticed, this video is kind of short. I've been dealing with a good bit of burnout from working on the normal long videos, with stress that I'm not putting out enough, so expect more of these, because I promise I'll have something big working slowly in the background, so get ready for that.
Show me you Willie!